Kyle Busch just hit rock bottom, and it's getting worse fast. Something is seriously wrong behind the scenes with Kyle Busch. The two-time NASCAR champion just received some terrible news that's not only shaken his team, but left fans in complete shock. And now, the panic is spreading fast. What's happening with Busch could change everything we thought we knew. When Kyle Busch made the bold move to Richard Childress Racing, fans were hyped. A fresh start, a legendary team, and a driver known for his fire. What could go wrong? Well, just about everything. The beginning showed some promise, but it didn't take long for things to fall apart. The energy started to shift, the results stopped coming in, and suddenly, the two-time champ found himself stuck in the middle of the pack. Week after week, the frustration grew. Busch wasn't just racing his competitors, he was racing against time, against expectations, and against his own legacy. Everyone expected fireworks, but what they got was a slow, painful fizzle. And the pressure? It's crushing. At this point in his career, Kyle Busch knows that every bad finish chips away at more than just points. It chips away at belief, reputation, and control. Let's talk numbers, because they're not pretty. Kyle Busch has been turning in finishes that look more like a rookie season than a veteran's charge for greatness. While guys like Tyler Reddick and even Austin Dillon have managed to find some rhythm, Busch has been struggling to break into the top 10. Take the insert track, where he barely cracked 20th. Then at another track, he faded fast after showing early promise. Fans have started noticing, and they're not holding back. Social media lit up with questions like, "Is Kyle done?" and "Why can't RCR get him a decent setup?" Some say it's just bad luck. Others think it runs deeper. But one thing's clear. Compared to what he was expected to do, Kyle Busch is falling short. And in the world of NASCAR, shortfalls don't just get noticed, they get magnified. Now, here's where things really get messy. Behind the scenes, the chemistry at RCR seems to be cracking. Rumors are swirling about growing tension between Kyle Busch and key team members. Whether it's frustration with car setups, strategic misfires, or just straight-up personality clashes, something's clearly off. Insiders have hinted at miscommunication during critical race moments, missed calls, sloppy pit work, and decisions that just don't make sense. And if you've listened in on Busch's radio during recent races, yeah, it's not pretty. He's been caught snapping at his crew, questioning calls mid-race, and even outright dismissing advice. These heated exchanges don't just point to a stressed driver, they point to a fractured team. The once promising partnership between Busch and RCR is starting to look more like a bad fit than a fresh opportunity. And when trust erodes in the garage, it shows on the track. Pit stops go sideways, strategies fall apart, and morale, it tanks. For a team aiming for championships, this kind of internal breakdown is nothing short of disastrous. Busch may be the face we see, but this goes deeper than just one driver. It's a system unraveling and fast. If you've seen Kyle Busch lately, you can tell. He's not just frustrated, he's rattled. In a recent post-race interview, Busch didn't even try to hide the tension. When asked what's going wrong, he said, "We're missing something. I don't know what it is, but it's not working." His voice was tight, his eyes looked heavy, and for a guy known for being fiery and blunt, he seemed defeated. Even fans have pointed out how different he looks on camera. No swagger, no spark, just a man under pressure and out of answers. Another clip showed him barely holding back his irritation when a reporter brought up his performance slump. He gave a half smile and muttered, "I've been doing this a long time. I know when things are off." That right there, that's not confidence, that's a concern. Public perception is shifting fast, with many wondering if Kyle is mentally checked out or just overwhelmed. The panic isn't just in the garage, it's on his face, in his interviews, and all over the headlines. Sponsorships are the lifeblood of NASCAR, and when performance dips, so does brand confidence. Since Kyle Busch joined RCR, the sponsorship picture has been rocky at best. Some longtime sponsors like M&M's already pulled out before his transition, and newer partners seem hesitant to go all in. One insider reported that a key sponsor recently scaled back their activation around Busch, citing visibility concerns. That's code for, we're not seeing wins, and we're not sticking around for losses. In NASCAR, branding is tied to presence, TV time, podium moments, fan engagement. If a driver's finishing 20th every week, sponsors start to disappear. It's just business, and for Kyle, that business is starting to suffer. Reports suggest that RCR is already feeling the pressure to restructure some deals. Busch's lackluster finishes don't just hurt his pride, they hit the wallet hard. The trickle-down effect? Fewer appearances, less merch movement, and even reduced team resources. There's even been chatter that a few sponsors are in talks to redirect their investments toward other rising drivers. If this trend continues, Kyle's reputation won't be the only thing taking a hit. His financial foundation, and RCR's as well, could start crumbling faster than anyone expected. With all this chaos swirling around him, the garage is buzzing, and fans are louder than ever. Could Kyle Busch be eyeing an early retirement? It sounds dramatic, but the whispers are real. Online forums are flooded with threads like, "Is Kyle done?" and "Should Busch just walk away?" Even some former drivers have chimed in, suggesting that if things don't turn around soon, Kyle might not wait for a graceful exit. One analyst bluntly said, "There's only so much a driver like Kyle can take before he decides it's just not worth it anymore." Harsh, but maybe not wrong. Fans are split. Some are begging him to stick it out and prove the haters wrong. Others think a fresh direction, maybe even switching teams again, might be his only shot. But the noise is undeniable. Everyone is talking, and very few are optimistic. Right now, Kyle Busch is facing more than just a slump. He's staring down a potential career crossroads, and unless something changes fast, retirement might not just be a rumor. It could be his only escape route. Kyle Busch was once the alpha, commanding respect, pulling teams together, and turning frustration into fuel. But now, that leadership spark seems to be flickering out. Insiders say Busch's visible frustration is bleeding into the garage, creating a tense, uncomfortable environment. One crew member reportedly described the vibe as heavy and uncertain. That's not what you want in a high-stakes race shop. And fans have noticed the difference. Back when he was with Joe Gibbs Racing, Busch was vocal, yes, but he lifted the whole team. He had swagger, not just in interviews, but in results. Now, the RCR garage seems lost in the noise. When your top driver is panicking on the mic and storming off pit road, it's hard to keep morale high. The team needs a leader, not just a driver, and right now, it's unclear if Kyle's still up for that role. It's not just Kyle Busch who's struggling. Richard Childress Racing as a whole is under fire. Austin Dillon, Childress's own grandson, hasn't exactly been lighting up the track either. With both cars underperforming, questions are flying. Has RCR lost its edge? Some analysts say yes, pointing to outdated strategies and a lack of innovation. Even longtime fans are starting to wonder if the team has lost its identity. What's worse? Richard Childress himself hasn't offered much clarity. His recent statements have been vague at best. No firm plans, no strong defense of his drivers. That silence is fueling speculation. Is he unsure, unbothered, or just unable to fix what's broken? Whatever the case, the lack of leadership at the top is trickling down fast. If RCR doesn't make a bold move soon, this might not just be a slump, it could be a full-blown collapse. So where does Kyle Busch go from here? Does he double down and fight through this season, or does he start eyeing the exits? At 39, Kyle isn't exactly done, but he's not getting younger either. Some believe there's still time to turn things around, maybe with a mid-season shakeup, crew chief swap, new strategy, something bold. But others think he's already checked out. Could he jump ship? It's not impossible. Busch has never been afraid of a risky move, and if another team sees potential in salvaging his talent, deals could happen. The bigger question is, does he even want to keep grinding like this? If the panic continues and results don't change, retirement or a shocking team switch might become his only real options. Whatever happens, one thing is clear. Kyle Busch's next move will either revive his legacy or close the final chapter. Kyle Busch is standing on a razor's edge. Will he rise or fall? Let us know what you think in the comments. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more wild NASCAR drama. Because trust us, This story is far from over, and the next chapter could be explosive.